Now that we've learned how to thread the needle, I'm going to show you how to do a full cross stitch. This is my needle, which I've threaded as in the previous video, and if you want to see how that was done, there is a link on screen now. Here are the two ends of the thread that I separated from my skein. This is the loop formed at the end of that thread. This is Aida fabric. You can see there's lots of holes in it. This is an 11 count Aida, which I bought because it's got nice and big holes so that you can see it easily. To start off, I go from the front of my fabric, so this is my front, and I just pop my needle into a hole, and then I pull the thread until that little end loop is almost through, but not quite. Then I'm going to pop my needle back up through a hole to the bottom left of the top hole that I've just put my needle through. As I'm pulling this through, I'm going to just put it through the loop that's on the end of the thread and pull it tight. Then I will put my needle back through the original hole that I started out with. I'll pull that, and then you can see that little loop just disappears to the back of the work. So now I've formed the first half of my cross stitch, and I've gone from bottom left to top right. I'll form up the next bar of my cross stitch now. So I'm going to go from the top left to the bottom right. And then complete. Now that is my first full cross stitch completed. If I wanted to do a line of cross stitches, then I would start bottom left to top right, and then instead of completing the cross stitch, I'm going to go on to the next hole along, the next stitch along, bottom left to top right, bottom left to top right. So let's say I'm going to do 4 cross stitches in this row. And then to go back, I'm going to complete all of these half stitches by going bottom right to top left. I always form my stitches in the same way, so you always want the bottom leg to be the same one for every single cross stitch. My underneath leg is always the one that slants from bottom left to top right, and my top leg is always the one that slants from bottom right to top left. And there we go, we finished the cross stitch. To finish this off now, you're going to turn your work over, push your needle underneath those stitches, the back of the stitches that you formed. I've put mine under all 4. I would normally do at least 3. Then I'm just going to pull that through and then snip it off, leaving a tiny little tail. And there I have my 5 cross stitches. In order to make a picture, you have to follow a pattern, and that's what I'm going to do in the next video. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to like the video and click subscribe if you would like to see more of the Plutonian Muffins videos. Bye bye!